Well, hello there, guys and gals. My name's Tommy, and I'm going to talk to you today about one tremendous smoker that I've had a little problem with, but I've managed to find the problem and fix it. This is a Boss Copperhead, a vertical upright pellet smoker. It's a great idea. The only problem is you got to make sure you keep that auger for the pellet feed really dry and out of humidity. I've only had my unit for about a month and I've turned out some fantastic meats. However, well, I just don't know how durable this is going to be outside. I'm going to have to keep it wrapped in plastic, I guess, until I can find a cover for it. But I've watched a lot of videos online about other people messing with augers on this thing. They're taking the entire electrical system apart. You know, all of that is really completely unnecessary. I found a very simple way to do it, and I'm going to show you the results of that and exactly how I did it. First off, we're going to move around here a little bit. I removed the door. Very simple thing to do. Just lift and pull it off. Works great. Here's what it looks like without the door. Okay. I had then taken a long drill bit and was trying to punch out stuff through the pellet hopper, and found out that wouldn't work. I'd actually dumped my hopper and got as much of the pellet out as I could, but there was nothing but sawdust in the bottom of the hopper, which was making it extremely difficult. The auger would not even rotate. So I got to look into the thing, and I knew the issue was not in the electrical, it's all a mechanical issue. So what I did was what seemed obvious to me. Through the bottom of the hopper there has to be a funnel of sorts that leads to the auger. So with just removal of very few screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, total of 12 screws, the back of the hopper comes off. When you remove the back of the hopper, that then exposes the auger. And if you look very closely here, you can see that auger is turning. Only thing I did is I took a standard screwdriver and dug out as much of the pellet as I could, much of the sawdust, and then I took my wet dry vac and I started vacuuming. I would dig and vacuum, and then I would turn it on and see if it worked. If it didn't, I would go back and dig and vacuum a little more. The whole process of digging and vacuum took about, I'd say, 10 to 15 minutes. It wasn't really difficult. Then one time I turned it on and I saw the auger bump. It turned about half a turn and stopped, so I dug and vacuumed again. This time when I turned it back on, I had actually set the spout of my wet dry vac down into the auger chamber. As the auger was attempting to turn, it was sucking out stuff that the auger was cracking. So I managed to completely clear the track, and it did in fact dump a few pellets out into the firebox down here. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're in there. So I think at this point my auger is clear, and I think she's going to run just fine. So now all I've got to do is put it back together, which I don't think that's going to be too difficult. I hope that this process that I've shown you here today will be a lot easier than disassembling the entire mechanism, pulling the auger shaft itself out. I don't really think that's necessary. I think that if you had to, you could open it up at this point and actually begin to put a little water in there to loosen the sawdust, but then you have to go through a drying process. So anyway, I think that the method I've used here today works quite well, and I encourage you to give it a shot if you have a problem with the auger in your Boss Copperhead pellet grill. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye-bye.